So guys, this is the Moto Edge 30 Ultra, and the most highlighting features first would be its amazing build, its curved display, obviously it's a performance, pure stock Android, and we have a lot of cool gestures that you might not find on other Moto phones. So guys, with that said, here's the complete video for the best features of the Moto Edge 30 Ultra. By the way, I've already made a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section and for the camera features, where I've talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video as well, link will be in the description. With that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone, or at least the thing that really stands out the most, would be its overall design and form factor. Well, compared to the many other flagships in this price segment, this phone actually looks very premium, it's pretty sleek, and the curved edges makes it much more sleeker. So here's a quick look, it just looks and feels great, and I think you should really look at it in person to appreciate how good it looks. By the way, it has a thickness of 8.39 mm and weighs 198 grams. In hand, it fits pretty comfortably. In fact, it's much more sleeker and feels much more longer. And we also get IP52 water resistance. Now, the next best thing about this phone would definitely be its display. This phone comes with a 6.67-inch endless edge display with Full HD Plus resolution, 144 Hz of screen refresh rate, and it has a peak brightness of 1300 nits. It is a POLED panel. It has HDR10 Plus support, and it's also protected by a 3D curved Corning Gorilla Glass on the front and even on the back. Honestly, this is one of the best looking displays that you can get in this price segment, especially when you consider the overall form factor. Next best thing about this phone would obviously be its performance. This phone comes with a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor with up to 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM and up to 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. This is one of the most powerful Android phones that you can get right now without much heating issues like the 8 Gen 1 processor. Next, this phone also has some amazing charging speeds. It comes with a 4610 mAh battery and comes with a 125 watt turbo power charger inside the box. You can charge your phone from 0 to 50% in just 7 minutes, and you can completely charge your phone from 0 to 100% in about 12 to 15 minutes. And these chargings are really noticeable if you're someone like me who often keeps forgetting to charge the phone. Next, this phone also supports wireless charging, and that too up to 50 watts. So that's another great thing. So if you have a super fast wireless charger, you can definitely use it with the Ultra. Next, we also have the power sharing feature that you can find on all the flagships, where you can use your phone as a wireless charger. Yes, you can charge other Bluetooth devices or even a phone using wireless charging with a maximum power output of 10 watts. Here's a quick preview. Now with that said, the next best thing about this phone are obviously its cameras. On the rear, this phone comes with a 200 megapixel camera followed by a 50 megapixel wide angle camera and a 12 megapixel portrait camera. For selfies, we get a 60 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture. These are some sample shots. Next, this phone also comes with a super fast in-display fingerprint scanner. It almost instantaneously unlocks the phone, and here's a quick preview. Next, we also got the face unlock feature. In good lighting conditions and even in low lighting conditions, face unlock works really well. It's fast and almost unlocks the phone instantaneously. In complete darkness, it's still fast and it's seamless, but it takes about a second to unlock the phone. Next, this phone also has Dolby Audio. Dolby Audio is always on for the speaker, and for the earphones, you can turn it off or turn it on. And the quality difference when you listen to audio when Dolby is on is significantly different when the Dolby is turned off. So if you're someone who listens to a lot of music, then you will definitely appreciate this feature as well. Next, let's look at all the camera related features. First, we have the portrait mode. Just like any other portrait modes on other phones, we can take a portrait shot using this feature, and we can also change the blur intensity before we take a picture. Next, we have selective focus. Once we are in the portrait mode, we can change the focus point before taking a picture. And even after taking a picture, you can also change the focus point. Not only that, we can also change the amount of background blur effect you want by using this aperture control. Next, we have media controls. Now once you enable this feature and when the display is turned off, you can go to the next or previous track by pressing and holding the volume up or the volume down keys. This particular feature is really handy if you listen to a lot of music. Next, we have a new Ready For feature. Now this feature allows you to easily connect your Moto phone to a PC or a tablet or a television. Using this feature, you can simply cast the screen of your phone to a bigger device and use it in a much bigger screen. Next, we have Nearby Share. Now using this feature, we can easily transfer files between one Android phone and another Android phone over Wi-Fi, just like the Share It application. Now once you enable Nearby Share feature, you need to set the visibility mode. You can either set it to everybody or contacts. Now once you have done that, every time you want to share a file, simply select the file and click Share, and you can find all the nearby Android devices to you. And you can just click on any one of them to easily share files or Wi-Fi. It's a pretty convenient feature and you should definitely use it. Next, we have Bubbles. Now this particular feature is still like in the beta mode. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a chat notification, you can find it in a floating bubble. As I've said, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So you might not want to turn it on. Next, we have Overcharge Protection. Now just like the name suggests, it's a feature to protect your phone from overcharging. Now once you enable this feature, your phone will track how you're charging your phone. If it detects that you're overcharging your phone continuously for 3 days, your phone will limit your charging to up to 80%. So let's say on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, you're charging your phone from 0 to 100% continuously. Then on the 4th day, your phone will automatically limit charging to 80% to improve battery's health. You can check out the settings page for more detailed information. Next, we have Optimized Charging. Now once you enable this feature, it will track how long you're charging your phone and how frequently you're charging your phone and use all this information to optimize charging. So basically, it'll try to quickly charge your phone from 0 to 80%, and after that, it'll try to delay as much as possible to maintain the battery health. It's a pretty cool feature and I wish every Android phone has it. Next, we have Flicker Prevention. Now once you enable this feature, your phone will prevent screen from flickering in dark environments. By the way, turning on this feature may cause screen noise and color distortion. Next, we have Edge Lights. Now this feature gives you an edge lighting effect or edge lighting animation every time you get a call or notification. It's a pretty cool way for getting alerts. From settings, we can change the edge lighting colors and tweak several settings and even schedule this edge lighting feature to only work at a specific time. Next, we have Privacy Dashboard. Now this is a particular feature that you can find on all the Android phones, and from this one particular page, you can check out all the permissions on your phone. It gives out a nice timeline throughout the day, so you can know exactly which application is using which permission. It's a pretty cool feature, you should definitely check it out. Next, we have the new Performance section. First, we have the Quick Launch toggle. Now once you enable it, your phone will track how you're using your phone and open up applications that you frequently use much quicker. To make it simple, it makes your phone look much faster. Next, we also have the RAM Boost feature, which allows us to use the storage space as an extended RAM space. It can further improve the performance of your phone. Next, we have Video Call Effects. Now once you enable this feature, for some video calling applications, you can get some extra effects like background blur, subject tracking, and audio zooming. You can try it with Google Duo, WhatsApp, or even Facebook Messenger video calls. Next, we have Wake the Display. Now this particular feature allows you to wake up the phone or wake the display by just tapping on the display or just moving the phone. We have individual toggles for the two options. Here's a quick preview. Next, we have Double Press Power Key. Now from these settings, you can quickly access Google Assistant or open the camera application by simply double pressing the power button. You can choose between the two options from these settings. Here's a quick preview. Next, we have a new custom shortcut where you can double tap on the back panel to open audio recorder or open Ready For, play or pause music, or open a specific application. This is another new thing that you can find on this Moto phone. Next, we have one-handed mode. Normally on other phones, one-handed mode simply shrinks the screen size, but on Moto, it'll bring the top part of the screen to the bottom part of the screen. Well, here's a quick preview. Once you enable this feature, you can simply swipe down on the bottom bar to pull down the top part of the screen to the bottom part. We also have the option to pull down the notification bar with the same gesture. Next we have extra dim. Now as the name suggests, once you enable this feature, it will further reduce the display brightness. Next we have GIF Maker. Now using this feature, you can record the entire screen or part of the screen and turn it into a GIF. Here's a quick preview. Next we have gesture navigations. Now these are the navigation gestures that you can find on almost all the Android phones these days. And once you enable them, you can just swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold for recent apps, and then you can swipe from the left corner or the right corner to go back a step. To trigger Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom left corner or bottom right corner diagonally and it will trigger Google Assistant. Finally, you can also swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between the recent applications. Next, this phone also has the dark theme. You can enable it directly from the notification area or the display settings, and once you enable it, all the system UI elements change to the dark theme. That includes stock applications and even some Google applications. Even some of the third-party applications automatically switch to the dark theme once you turn on the dark theme. Next we have Moto app, where you can find all the additional Moto has to offer just in a single place. With that said, first we have the personalization section, which has to do with the look and the theme of the phone. In styles, we have different options where we can change the icon shapes, colors, and even the font styles. If you're not satisfied with any of these options, you can also go with a customized theme. Next, we have the wallpaper section, and from here you can easily change your wallpapers. We also have the layout section, where you can change the layout of your home screen. That's to say, the number of icons that you can see on the home screen can be changed directly from here. Next we have the display related features, starting off with peak display. This used to be a flagship feature for the Moto phones, but now it's also available on this phone. Now once you enable this feature, when your device is locked, you get to see interactive notifications and some quick information. You can briefly check out the time and notifications, battery percentage, and whenever you get a notification, you can dismiss it and do a quick reply or completely remove it. You get to do different kinds of interactions with different notifications directly from the lock screen. So that's peak display for you. Next we have attentive display. Now this is a pretty cool feature. While you are setting it up, you just have to look at the screen until it reads your face. And once it's done, as long as you're using your phone display will not turn off. Let's say you're reading some article and just holding your phone for say 30 seconds or more. In normal cases, your display might turn off. But once you enable this feature, your display will still stay on. So that's attentive display for you. Next we have Moto Game Time, or just a toolkit for games. From here, you can just add the list of games on your phone, and once you're done, whenever you open any of these games, you can see a floating button on the screen. And once you click it, you get some extra options to block calls, block notifications, take a screenshot, do a screen recording, and even select some applications for floating apps. Now let's look at some Moto actions. First we have Quick Capture. Now once you enable this feature, you can just do a twist gesture on your phone to open the camera application. No matter what you're doing, just twist your phone to open the camera application. Now once the camera application is open, once again you can do a twist gesture to quickly switch between the front camera and the rear camera. Next we have Fast Torch. Now once you enable this feature, you can just do a chopping gesture with your phone twice to turn on the flash. You can do it again to turn it off. Next we have Open Camera Quickly. Now once you enable this feature, you can just press the power button twice to quickly open the camera application. Once again, this feature works anywhere, anytime. Next we have Flip for Do Not Disturb mode. Once you enable this feature, you can just flip your phone to put your phone in Do Not Disturb mode. Next we have Pick Up to Silence. Once you enable this feature, whenever you get a call, you can just pick up your phone to silence the ringtone. This particular feature is pretty handy. Next we have Lift to Unlock. Just like the name suggests, you can unlock your device by picking it up and just looking at the screen. Next we have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Before that, let me just show you how to take a regular screenshot. So to take a screenshot, just press and hold the volume down and power button both at the same time and you'll get a screenshot. Now as for the 3-finger screenshot gesture, once you enable it, just press and hold 3 fingers on the screen to take a screenshot. After you take a screenshot, you get a preview with some additional options to edit, share the image, or even do an image search. Next we have digital well-being. Now this is part of Google's program and it just records all your activities on your phone and gives you a complete analysis. Like which are the apps that you use most on your phone and which apps are taking up most of your time. It gives you a complete analysis and some parental controls if you really need them. Next we have bedtime mode. This is another feature from Google which will silence your phone and change the screen to black and white at bedtime. You can schedule this feature to automatically turn on based on time or when the phone is charging. Next we have captions. Now once you enable this feature, whenever you are watching a video on your phone, you can get live captions. Now this has nothing to do with the video. Your phone will directly translate the audio from the video and convert it to text and give you a caption. Once again, this is a pretty cool feature. Next we have power button and calls. Now once you enable this feature, you can end the call with just the power button. Just click it when the display is on to end the call. Next we have night light. This is just another name for the night mode or the reading mode. Once you turn on this feature, it'll just put a warm tint on the screen to reduce the blue light emitted by the display. You can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time. Next we have swipe to split. This is another new feature from Moto to open split screen mode just by using a gesture. Once you turn on this feature, swipe your finger from the left edge of the screen to the right edge, back again to open the split screen mode. Current application will be opened in the top window and you can select the secondary application from the recent apps or the app drawer. Well, another way to open split screen mode is go to recent apps page, click on the app icon and select split screen mode. Personally, I think the gesture works really well. Next we have prevent ringing. Now this is a quick shortcut to enable vibration mode or the mute mode. Once you enable this feature, you just need to press the power button and volume up button together to trigger the vibrate mode or the mute mode. From the settings, you can select the default option. So guys, these are all the features on your Moto phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.